Have you or do you know of someone that was or is or have been a side chick for 20 plus years? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. You see, the whole thing started about a week ago when Tasha K had an interview with Trina Gamble. Trina Gamble came out to reveal that she had a off and on again a relationship with Keith Sweat. And I was like, who cares? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hey YouTube fam, thank you so much for joining me today. Hope that you are doing well. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I say welcome, welcome, and welcome. So we're going to just jump right into this because y'all already know what it's about if you saw the preview, right? So we know that about a week ago, Tasha K had an interview with Trina Gamble. Trina Gamble came out to reveal that she had an off and on again relationship with the Keith Sweat. That's what Trina is claiming. Trina says that they met back in 1997 when she was only 17 and Keith was 40. But Keith did not know her age. She didn't tell him and he didn't ask. But believe you me, Keith, if this is true, Keith knew that Trina was very young, much younger than he was. You know why? Because of the way she moved, the way she spoke to him, you know, her demeanor, the conversation alone that they had amongst one another. What kind of conversation did a 40-year-old and a 17-year-old have? Really? Please. Anyways, yeah. So, my thing was, you know, why? Because it wasn't nothing really exciting about this interview, exception of she, you know, having an off and on again relationship with Keith. But let's just hold on here. There may be a lesson to many women in this story. So let's continue. So Trina, she said that Keith used to try to make her small, that she I was like, what's the whole point of this? What is the whole point of her coming out with this story, this revelation that she had a relationship with Keith for 27 years? Well, Trina herself said that she was coming out, she was stepping out on her own, putting herself into the new era, that she was starting her healing process. Now my thing is, you can start a healing process and don't have to come out and reveal anything to anyone about your personal affairs. So that still means exactly nothing. You know, I think too, a lot of people come on social media to as thinking like therapy and just like Trina say, healing phase or whatever. But you got to know that people on the social media platforms don't care. They really don't care. Okay. So your healing process for you was when you left that relationship of 27 plus or 27 years. That was the start of your healing. You did not need to go on to social media to reveal that you had a relationship with Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat didn't acknowledge it, obviously, because none of us knew anything about who you were. Now the thing is that many women do this and know that Keith Sweat was married from 1992 to 2002. So at some point, Trina was his concubine, his side chick, you know, his mistress, any of those. She was in that category. And no, that this is nothing new under the sun. This is in the word of God. This is nothing new under the sun. King Solomon had about 300 wives and concubines. So coming out on social media to reveal that, I still don't get it. I hear what you're saying, that there was a healing phase, but something don't sound right to me. Something ain't right. But I know of many women that are or were at one point in their lives a side chick. Matter of fact, I know this lady right now to this day that's been a side chick for 30 plus years, y'all. 30 plus years. And to this day, she is still a side chick at 70 plus. And I'm like, oh my gosh. OMG, really? And the thing is that when women are chicks, to me, you cannot possibly love yourself. If you loved yourself, and maybe you didn't even recognize it or realize, because many times we as women don't even realize. I myself was the same way at one point in my life when I was younger. You don't even realize that you don't love yourself first, okay? And until someone tells you, or you have that experience in life, that you realize, hey, I can't love myself if I'm allowing someone to step all over me like this, okay? But yeah, the lady that was 70 plus now and been a side chick, a concubine, a mistress, or whatever for 30 plus years, she's still in that relationship. And though the guy lives with her and not his wife, she's still a concubine. She's still a mistress. And guess what? If he died today or tomorrow, she would get absolutely nothing. And rightly so. Unless, I'm sorry to say, she was smart enough to get a life insurance policy on this guy, so that if she, was used to him, helping her with the bills or whatever, then she would have something to fall back on if he, like I said, if he died today or tomorrow. But she absolutely get nothing because she's still the side chick. So think about that. Like I said, it may be some lessons to learn in this video. Get a life insurance policy. I'm just saying, ladies, if you're gonna do that, at least think about yourself down the line. Get a life insurance policy or something. But anyway, yeah, she's still. And then you might say, dang, why is she still with this guy at 70 plus years old, 30 plus years? Well, I guess she might be saying at this point, what's the point? I'm 70 plus years old now. Who gonna want me? All my youth is gone. I have allowed myself, my youth, to just go away. Life goes on. So she might be thinking, what's the point at this stage, at 70 plus years old? Who's gonna want her? She might as well stay with him. And this guy is like in his 50s and she's 70 plus. So she got two things going on. She's been his concubine, his mistress, his side chick for 30 plus years. She's over 70, and then he's in his 50s. I'm just saying. But ladies, don't allow these men to pull the wool over your eyes. I know that many times women stay in these relationships because the man is promising or telling them that he is going to leave his wife for them. First of all, why would you want a man to leave his wife for you? Do you not think that he could do or will do the same thing to you? Meaning that he could leave you for another woman. So why would you want to do that? Second of all, he'll say stuff like, oh, I can't leave now because kids are young. The kids are still at home, so he got to help take care of the kids. The kids are grown, in college. They're not no longer in the house. So now his next thing is, oh, I'm going to be financially responsible. If I leave my wife now, I'm going to have a lot of financial responsibilities if I leave my wife now. Or he might even say something about, oh, she's sick, so I can't leave my wife while she's down. Ladies, like I say, this is the oldest trick in the book. Do not fall for this. Do not allow the man to pull the wool over your eyes. I used to hear this saying all the time, and I'm showing my age at this point. Why buy the cow when you got the milk? You get what I'm saying? If you already got the milk, you don't need the cow. So what's the point? So again, ladies, please know that you are better than that. You deserve more than that. You deserve better than that. Love yourself. Learn to love yourself. Okay? Understand your value. What is your value? What is your worth to you? You are supposed to be more valuable than rubies or gold, than jewels, period. Okay? And another thing, you could be blocking your blessings to being with a married man. You could potentially be blocking your blessings from maybe, finding a true love, a husband of your very own. So ladies, please think about that. Like I said, I know it was going to be some lessons in this video. But yeah, so in 2014, Trina is saying that that's when they got really serious, and that's her and Keith Sweat. By this time, Trina has a 14-year-old daughter by someone else in between her relationship between Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat in 2014 moved her from Houston, Texas to Atlanta with him. He purchased a house, or had another house. It wasn't his main house, that's for sure. But he had another house, and he put her in that house and took care of her and her daughter. But this was a very submissive lady. You could tell from her being with Keith so long that she was very submissive. In fact, Trina said she allowed Keith to lead her, which is nothing wrong with being submissive, but be submissive to your own man. Be submissive to your own husband, not somebody else's husband. But I think at that time, 2014, because remember, Keith was only married from 92 to 2002. So by 2014, he won't marry. And guess what? He still didn't put her out there. He still didn't allow anybody to know who she was. So he was hiding her in the closet. So he still, even though he got a divorce, I don't know if he ever told her he was going to marry her or be with her. She didn't say that. She didn't say that at all. But he very well, he sure enough didn't show her off to anybody. Not that we know of, because this is the first time that we are hearing about Trina. So Trina says, yeah, he took care of her and all of that. And she was very submissive. He kind of kept her. He kind of started getting jealous and telling her that she couldn't wear shorts and that she couldn't wear a dress. I guess because she was showing her legs. I don't know. And then he started telling her what color lipsticks she could wear, right? So I'm like, what was the point of I get it. I understand she's saying the purpose of her interview with Tasha was coming out into a new era, a healing phase and all that. But this wasn't nothing explosive. This interview wasn't even that interesting. Though I looked at the entire interview because I was waiting for something to drop. I was waiting for something to happen. But nothing ever did. And then, like I say, Ladies, please don't allow these men to pull the wool over your eyes. Don't fall for the okey dokey. It's the oldest trick. The okey doke is the oldest trick in the book. And like I said, open your eyes wide. Open them wide. You may be blocking your blessings from having a husband, a husband, not somebody else's husband, or not a man that really don't really want you. You know, like I said, Keith wasn't married when she said they got seriously involved, but he still didn't like put her out there, and he didn't really show the interest, at least to the world. And they had been together for so long, but again, don't, with these clothes, these outfits. Another thing she told Tasha K was that he started bringing shoes and clothes and all of this stuff to the house that she was staying, that he provided for her and her daughter. So but he allowed her to keep the shoes, but she couldn't. The clothes weren't for her, though they were in her size. So Tasha K asked her, well, who were the clothes for? She said, ha, you tell me. I'm like, girl, bye. Really? You tell me? It was for another woman. You think Keith was going to wear them around in the house? She said it was a lot of clothes in her size. And I don't think Keith was her size, okay? Come on. But she did say he was never abusive to her, physically abusive to her. I don't know about mentally, but to me, mentally is being up in that house 24/7 waiting for Keith to step in, because he wasn't really living there. He had a main house, and that's Trina knew about that. He had a main house where maybe his children or whatever. But she never, I think she might have said she went there once or something like that. I don't know. But it was it was, to me, this interview wasn't that interesting. But she decided, that she thought that he was very, what did she say Keith was? Keith was very, let me see if I had, because I took some notes. Let's see, Keith was very pervertive and abusive. So Tasha K, like, what is that? What do you mean? Because he liked young girls that were vulnerable. Duh, you were young and vulnerable, so what did you expect? I mean, I don't know. The abusive part came when she said he wouldn't allow her to wear shorts anymore, or dresses, and had to wear certain color lipstick. So y'all, this interview, I don't know. I hope y'all have learned something from this interview. But she moved back. Trina moved back to Houston in 2018 because she realized that Keith just wasn't it. I don't know why it took her 27 years to realize that, especially after he divorced his wife in 2002, and he still won't put you out there. He still won't showing you and around to anybody. Ain't nobody know about you. I don't know why you just realized that 27 years later of your life. Like I said, you could have been blocking your blessings. And she is a beautiful lady, and beauty, know that beauty don't last forever. So she really needed to take heed to, hey, you need to get it together. You need to find some true love, someone that really wants to be with you and want to show you to the world. Because obviously Keith did not want to show you to the world, okay? If he did, we would have knew about you, Trina, and you wouldn't have to come out here on Tasha K doing an interview trying to reveal your off and on again 27 long years of being Keith Sweat, whatever, his side chick, his mistress, his girlfriend. I don't know what you would say he was, because it wasn't the side chick all 27 years, because he was only married those few years that I kind of spoke on. But this is the picture or the image of Tasha K's interview with Trina, and this is how Trina looked. Like I said, she's a beautiful girl, but beauty don't last forever. And if you can have the beauty, man, ain't got the brains. And I don't know, y'all. So, but I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about this interview. And when you get a chance, if you want to, like I said, the interview wasn't that interesting at all to me. Though I did watch the entire interview, I was just waiting for something to really be said, and that's really all that Trina said. So when you get a chance, you can watch that interview, Tasha K Live with Trina Gamble, to expose Keith Sweat. Like I said, you've heard most of the interview, what I just put out there to you. But yeah, y'all tell me y'all thoughts and, your comments. What do you think about this whole thing? Just something just ain't right. But until the next time, I wish you nothing but peace and blessings, and be well. Thanks for watching.